Hey guys, Jake from Optimus Futures here, back with another Investor RT video. And in this video, we'll be going over the process of how to chart or compare multiple symbols on the platform. Now, what exactly do I mean by this? Well, it's actually possible to open up two different symbols on one open chart. That way, the time intervals remain the same between the two charts, and you can easily compare both the charts at the same time. This is especially useful, for example, when potentially trading the E-mini S&P, and then you may need to compare the New York Stock Exchange tick data or the AD line and compare all three charts at the same time on the same time interval. That way you don't have to continuously open up new windows and scale in and out, back and forth, etc. So first up, you'll need to open a chart. To open a chart, head up to the platform toolbar on the top left-hand corner, and we can click on the Open Chart button. Now from here, you have a couple different options. I will first suggest a multi-pane candle chart to start off with the basics. Now once you click on New, right here where I currently have my cursor highlighted, the EPU8, is where you will designate which symbol you'd like to open for the main chart that you'll be opening. Now this can be whatever you like, but as I just gave in the example before, we could potentially put the E-mini here. So I'll be doing that. I won't be changing anything else in these settings, so I'll click apply. And now we have our chart. So now if you just want to add another symbol to this chart, what you have to do is right click anywhere within the chart and then scroll down to add. Now, as you can see, you can add a couple different things here. There's buttons for indicators, button for C variables, V variables, technical indicators, and instrument. We'll actually be doing instrument in our case. So we click on instrument. And now again, from here, it really doesn't matter what symbol I select. The main purpose is to illustrate the fact that you can add multiple symbols to one chart. So I know this may be redundant in me adding the E-mini once again here, but just to show you, if I double click, I now have assigned the contract I just specified into the same chart. And as you can see, by scrolling on my mouse wheel, they're now on the same periodicity and on the same time scale. So whatever scale I have in my main portion of my graph here, it applies to the secondary or the instrument that I just added, the secondary instrument here. So besides just simply adding another symbol to a chart, it's also possible to compare them. So for this process, I'm going to back out the current chart that I have open, and this will bring me back to the chart wizard since I didn't close it out before. So with the same applied settings, I will now click on the apply button and a brand new chart will open up. Now, to compare multiple symbols, there's one of two ways to do so. You can either highlight your chart and then click on the chart preferences button right here in the top left corner, which is designated by a little wheel or a cog symbol. Or you can also click on the chart preferences button located in the chart toolbar. They're pretty close to one another. Again, it's this little gear symbol or cog symbol right here. And then the chart toolbar is also located in the top left-hand corner. So once you clicked on this button, you'll be brought back to the chart preferences page. And if it isn't already, you'll need to click on the General tab. Now from here, we're going to click on Style. And it is personal preference. However, if you do wish to compare multiple symbols, you'll need to use one of the styles that have the % symbol here. And that represents the comparison or the change between the two charts. So as you can see, we have a % change bar chart, we have a % change candle, % change line, or the daily % change bars. So for mine, I'll be selecting the % change candle. And now once selected, I can click the periodicity or we can change the pixels per bar. But for my current chart, I think these settings will do just fine. So I'll click on apply. Now from here, we're going to head over to the period tab. And under the period tab, under the symbol right here, we're going to need to select one of the different options. The last 120 days will not do. So to compare two different symbols, you'll neither need to select the begin to present option or the begin to end option. Depending on the time frame you're looking at is truly up to you, but for our example, we'll be selecting the begin to end option. And as you can see, once you do select that, you'll have the option of actually specifying the specific time frame that you would like to compare your two symbols to. I'll be keeping mine as default. So we can click apply and then OK. And you may get a warning right here that charts with view periods that specify a fixed ending date are static charts. They do not update real-time data as received. So just be aware of that if you need to compare two symbols. So now once we have applied that setting, we can go back and follow the same method as before. We'll add our next symbol. So if you right click, go down to add an instrument, we can now select our second symbol. Again, I know this isn't going to be exact here, and you probably wouldn't do this if you were doing this yourself, but I'm going to apply another E-mini chart here. Again, a good thing to apply here, for example, if you need to compare something relative to the E-mini S&P 500, would potentially be New York Stock Exchange tick data or the New York Stock Exchange AD line. But again, I'm keeping it simple, and I'm merely just adding a symbol to just be a placeholder, for example. And although my comparisons aren't too exact here and I don't really have too much to show, as you can see, I now have a static chart that doesn't move, which will allow me to compare two sets of data from the two different symbols I have applied to my chart, and they are on the same time interval or the periodicity. So feel free to scale in and out and have both your charts applied to the same time interval to allow for easy comparisons. Thanks for watching. If this video helped, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you have any further questions, don't hesitate to give us a call or send us an email. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more informative content related to the futures market.